begin. Incredibly, the first Lions tour was organised and funded by three men who played in England's first ever Test cricket match: opening bowler Alfred Shaw, opening batsman Arthur Shrewsbury and captain James Lillywhite. The 1888 Lions squad, then made up of 17 English, 4 Scots and 1 Welshman and a Northern Irishman, took a 46-day boat trip to New Zealand before heading to Australia. The Lions weren't alone on the boat. Also on board were 300 stoats and weasels, who were brought over to eliminate New Zealand's rabbit problem. The first ever Lions captain, Robert Seddon, died of drowning midway through the tour while sculling on a river. Andrew Stoddart, who was another of the cricketers there, took over and was the star of the tour. The next one was the first to get official recognition from the RFU against the newly formed Springboks. Although the Lions won the series and beat the Boks again 5 years later, in the 12 series since in South Africa, they've only won 2. New Zealand has proved an even tougher hunting ground, just the 1 series win for the Lions in 11 attempts, which came in 1971. And then there was that nail-shredding drawn series in 2017, only the second in Lions history. Only once have the Lions clinched a series after losing the first test, 1989, when David Campese's infamous ghost pass was pounced upon by Ian Evans. Before World War II, the Lions had a dark blue strip, which on the 1930 tour forced the All Blacks to play in all white. So in 1950, the iconic red shirts, white shorts and blue and green socks combination was born. It remains the symbol of the greatest alliance of adversaries in all of sport. To borrow the phrase from Jim Telfer, the Lions is Everest.
Not again.
If this is the nation's big morning switch on,
Yeah.
and they switch on to this, the nation.
That's why they say, do you know what, you're lucky not being in this country because everything's gone wrong. Everything's gone wrong. You know when it started? With this music.
It is.
It is. This is when the nation started going downhill.
They
This
should play
music.
this music at the borders.
Stop it.
On the beach. They should play this music on the beaches. They turn around.
Pump it out of the cliffs. That's what they should do.
They should play this at the 4-star hotels.
Don't lead me down this route. You know what happens. Just about to start Leek Park Run. Just waiting for some
Good
hype
luck.
music to power me round, says Scott. Scott is currently in last place in Leek Park Run because of this this music. Can somebody fix it, for goodness sake?
Goodness sake.
Somebody somewhere.
Someone.
Somebody somewhere.
Anywhere.
That's it.
Oh, thank goodness that they found it.
Well, on my way to pre-season fitness test with York City Academy. Can I get a go get it? Thank you, Ollie Long, aged 11.
Ollie, they've got a new manager this week, York City, so,
they?
you know.
And he takes you to army camp. The under-11s, you are going to run and run and run until you're sick.
No ball work.
Exactly, just vomiting. Here we go. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the world's biggest sports radio station. This is talkSPORT. My name's Max Rushden. Alongside me, Charlie Baker. And Charlie, this is just any warm-up.
This is the double award-winning, award-retired GameDay retired warm-up, Max, on Saturday, the 30th of August, 2025. And at 12:30, it's Chelsea, the Blues, versus Fulham, the Cottagers. In the Premier League, it's a talkSPORT exclusive, presented by Rashmin Chowdhury, commentary from Sam, the Sausage, Gilet Man, Mataface, and former England captain Stuart, Psycho, Pierce, the OB producer. It's Salaman!
Move out of my way. I know you're feeling me 'cause you like it like this. I'm breaking it down. I'm not the same. I know you're feeling me 'cause you like it like this.
Go get it! And then at 12:30, it's Middlesbrough versus Sheffield United. In the Championship, it's a talkSPORT 2 exclusive, presented by Faker Others, commentary from Mark Wilson and former Scotland striker Chris Uwalumo, the UB producer. It's Mark Wilson!
You wanna turn around and say
Goodbye. So that, baby.
hold you down.
Don't you know? Don't you know?
Don't you know things will go your way? So hold on for one more day. Hold on for one more day. Hold on for one more day. Go get it. And then at 14:30, it's GameDay Live with Forget It.
Forget about it, you dirty piece of muck.
Bust into business. Adrian Durham, Troy Deeney, Darren Benton, Mickey Gray. It's on talkSPORT. Forget it, the best in the business. Adrian Durham with all the goals as they go in from the Premier League and the EFL, including Manchester United, the Red Devils, versus Burnley, the Clarets, Tottenham, Spurs, versus Bournemouth, the Cherries, and Wolves versus Everton, the Toppies. Plus a classified results service at 17 o'clock. Nota Baladze.
Notabaladze.
Adrian and Mickey are at Manchester United. Troy is at Tottenham. And Darren is at Wolves. The 3 p.m. football blackout is UK policy prohibiting live TV broadcasts of football matches on a Saturday afternoon to protect attendances at lower league clubs. Not on UK
Not
TV.
on UK TV, Claxon.
Not on
UK TV, Claxon.
Not on UK TV. At 15 o'clock, it's Ipswich versus Derby in the Championship. It's a talkSPORT 2 exclusive, presented by Faker Others. Commentary from Ian, the Duke of Knutsford Dancer, and former Arsenal winger Perry Groves, the OB producer. It's Ian Dancer! Go get it! It's Big Ticket Live! Premier League and Championship action. You can't afford to miss.
Good stuff, Charlie.
Action. And I said it. I don't know why I said it like that.
That time, I wasn't even. I just sort of. I went to a zen place during those. That is definitely the start of the show. Is more effort for you than me. I think it's worth pointing out.
It's crackers,
Yeah.
but I like it.
I do.
If it didn't happen now, it'd be very odd. Just going, yes, hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, like every other radio show
Very good morning to
that's
you.
ever been.
Coming up in the show.
In Amarim style, sometimes I want to listen to this show. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I want this show to go on for 20 years. Sometimes I'd like this show to be cancelled during the international break. Shambles from these two again. Dropping, says Phil in Worcester. The Sizzler says, love the Go Get It. Nota Baladze.
Noto Baladze. The Sizzler on my new show on Virgin, not to go on about it, was the first ever texter on Game On Virgin Radio, 2 till 6.
Stephen says, I will never watch Bridesmaids again after that rendition of Kevin Phillips.
It was great, wasn't it? It was great. I like it when we have an emotional song.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well,
you-
do you know, I
really get into it.
I think Adam Bridge is going to get much more work because of
Yes.
because of our rendition. I heard Paul Simon saying he loved the version that we do.
Well, it was asked recently. I think it
It
was.
was. He was doing one of those master classes. You know when
Yes.
you're scrolling down on Instagram and suddenly it goes quiet and there's sort of sepia tones and a man who's clearly very successful at what they've done says, well, the way that I wrote Bridge Over Troubled Water, and I think that is how he sounds.
That's how he speaks, I think, Paul
It's
Simon.
my Paul Simon. He's
From New
unbelievable.
York City.
He is. That is, honestly, my Paul Simon is amazing. He goes, well, when I wrote Bridge Over Troubled Water, I was really thinking ahead to when Adam Bridge would be the OB producer and Charlie Baker and Max Rushden would sing Bridge Over in the style that they do.
What's the finest cover of a Paul Simon and Art Garfunkel song you've ever seen, Paul?
Well. Glenn says after that singing,
go get it.
even Eurovision wouldn't let you in. Oh, that's a plan, isn't it? That's a plan.
You'd be good on
I'd get
Eurovision.
no points.
Nil point.
I think I'd find the energy in the room a bit too much these days.
You think exactly?
I reckon I'd be like,
quite a lot,
you'd be like,
isn't it?
let's go for a drink with Serbia. I'd be like, I'm a bit tired actually. A bit when they flashed, at the end when it's like 6 points United Kingdom and you have to like look at the camera and do this. And I'd be like, I'd just be asleep. I'd be like, oh God, it's all a bit noisy now. It's a bit noisy. I regret us entering Eurovision.
Yeah.
Do feel a bit sorry for Amrim because, he did say sometimes, I'd love to be, sometimes I wouldn't, sometimes I want to stay forever. And the headline is, he says, I hate it, sometimes I want to quit. And he did say those words, but within a bigger sentence.
Yeah, but he should know that. He should be a better media operator. than
I
that,
think we
Max.
should, it's a bit like Tuchel said, can't we all just give him a break?
Did you feel sorry for him when he was on his tactics board and sat in the rain?
Oh, no, I
got
found
very
that
wet.
absolutely hilarious. Because, and this is with all due respect to Grimsby, it's one of the best teams to lose to, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's even got the word grim in it. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm a lower league fan, and Grimsby, we're playing them next week, and they'll probably hammer us.
Yeah.
And I love all football clubs of all sizes, but I was trying to think of the team to lose. Hartlepool, there's something about that.
It's Scunthorpe, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
I'm not going to say what that's
no,
got in it.
no. It's one of the three, isn't it?
Yes.
Grim Poo or
Yeah.
there we go. But how wonderful for Man United to get knocked out of the Carabao Cup by Grimsby. I was just delighted.
I was saying to Paul on Thursday, I was saying, what a special treat for all of us who lived through the 90s.
Yeah, it is. And it's
Just the gift that keeps giving.
That's it. That is it.
We should thank the Glazer family every single day.
Yeah, but we should also thank Fergie and that team for being so good.
So good.
For that long.
That they
for
got
making
that.
us get so bored with how good they were. And sort of, it wasn't, you weren't angry, you were just sort of antipathy. It was just indifference. Oh, Man United have won again. Of course they have.
The rest of Man United fans' life will be like when you're 10 and your birthday, your peak birthday party when you're about 10 years old, 9, 10 years old.
Yeah.
And I think you spend the rest of your life trying to recreate the feeling
Of
you
waking
had
up on
of
your
waking
10th
up on your
birthday.
10th birthday and getting a new football and a new football kit. And that is Man United fans. They will spend the rest of their life trying to recreate the 90s.
Getting a full Cambridge kit. Getting all of it. Shorts and socks.
a lot of shorts, socks,
Running down St Barnabas
U-ball.
Road to knock on Matt Walsham's door going, look at me. I never run down the street and knock on someone's door and say, look how I'm dressed today. Look at me.
Look at me
I've got
now.
all this. I've got the
kit.
shorts and the socks.
Shorts
you
and the
never
socks.
do that.
With shoes on, with school shoes on.
With my Clarks on. Wow.
The Man United fans will spend the rest of their life trying to recreate that feeling.
Well, look, we're trying to recreate that feeling for you through the art of radio. And the
Yes.
people that like it most are Travis Perkins. Well, the
Bowling Trav.
person who likes it most is Mr. Travis Perkins. Bowling Trav. This is the warm-up on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Do what matters for the trade. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. Kwaku Afari joins us in just a second. Annie in Manchester says, thanks for your concern, lads. If we never win another game ever again, we've lived the dream. Something you'll never experience. Yeah. Jog on. I love jog on. Jog on at the end of a message is almost as good as do better, isn't it? Jog on, mate. Jog on.
It's good to see that hasn't affected you in any way, Andy. Yeah. And you're very happy with your life.
Matthew says, turned off again. What's with the screaming and shouting about from Max and the other clown? talkSPORT, not Scream Sport.
Yes. Who's that from?
That is from Matthew McGrath.
Good morning, Matthew.
This show is dedicated to Matthew McGrath and all the people.
When Matthew McGrath was playing football before a cricket match and hurt his ankle.
Yeah.
And then he had to miss out on the Ashes.
Yeah, that's why.
That's why he's annoyed.
Really annoyed, isn't he? Anyway, it is the warm-up on talkSPORT. No mention of Brentford's trip to Sunderland and the go-get-its. Is the game postponed? What are you even doing on radio? A+ for effort, D for content.
Not in my notes.
We can't do all the fixtures.
Notes,
we didn't do Cambridge's victory at home to Newport either. Anyway, Kwaku Afari is with us, and it's sort of rude to waste his time by this bit. So play his theme tune.
Let's go surfing now. Everybody's learning how.
Kwaku Afari with me. Kwaku Afari with me.
Welcome, Kwaku.
Hey, how you getting on, guys?
Yeah, good, Kwaku.
It's nice to see you. Where should we start? Chelsea, Fulham, your boys, your mob, home to Fulham, West London derby, live on talkSPORT 12:30. It's a good start to the weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big one. Obviously, Chelsea without Cole Palmer. He's injured for this game. Didn't play against West Ham last week. A game which Chelsea looked dominant. I think it was more bad West Ham than good Chelsea, but got the result, first win in the season. And taking on the Fulham side, who were also unbeaten to start this year. A couple of 1-1 draws, notably last week against Manchester United. And so this is an even matchup, really. And think about the games between these two sides last year. They're almost carbon copies of each other. The home team taking an early lead, and then the away team mounting a comeback in the final 10 minutes to knit the game. And Chelsea versus Fulham at Stamford Bridge was really the start of Chelsea's poor form around Christmas time. But then at the end of the season at Craven Cottage, their win against Fulham really kick-started Chelsea's resurgence and helped them qualify for the Champions League. And they haven't really looked back since. Chelsea won 15 out of their last 18 in all competitions. And so going into this game, Chelsea are clearly favourites, but they'll have to remember what happened last year at Stamford Bridge when Fulham shocked Chelsea when they had a chance to really challenge for the title. But even without Cole Palmer, I think Chelsea are just going to have a little bit too much firepower for Fulham team that have looked fairly impressive this season.
I mean, you brought in Garnacho. Thank goodness you've got an attacking wide. finally, screaming for it.
Sometimes misfiring one.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we need. Look, we're going to talk to Ahmed Jalili about Chelsea in just a second. So I'm going to rush you on. Yeah. Let's go to Old Trafford. Man United, Burnley. Suddenly, 3 games in, feels ridiculously big for Ruben Amorim.
It's a huge one, right? It's 3:00 on a Saturday, so unfortunately we're not going to be able to watch it. But the drama, the narrative going into this, especially ahead of an international break, Ruben Amorim seems like he's unraveling a little bit in terms of his press conference and his post-match interview after the Grimsby game. But he's a manager that knows that 3 points it's not just invaluable. He has to get 3 points in this game, otherwise I can't see him surviving. The noise is starting to build. It's the Burnley team that looked impressive last week, got their first win of the Premier League season, so it's not guaranteed that Man United are going to beat a plucky Burnley side at Old Trafford. I don't think many people will be shocked to see Burnley get a result, but I think if Man United don't win this game, I don't see how Ruben Amorim survives, especially after the loss against Grimsby, which everybody's talking about. He's been memed to death. This is do or die for Ruben Amorim right now.
Spurs, Bournemouth. I think Spurs have, I'm going to say, the best midfield in the Premier League.
Stop it! Stop.
Wow.
They've just bought Xavi Simons, obviously. Paulinho, brilliant. Romero, re-signing Romero is huge. I think it's just a brilliant midfield, and midfields, I would say, are very important in a football team. Quaku.
They are very important. Best midfield in the Premier League. I think that might be a little bit of a stretch, but
Name me a better one.
I'll take
Arsenal's,
Chelsea's and Arsenal's.
Chelsea's, Liverpool's.
Disagree.
Okay.
But yeah, this is the Spurs team that all of a sudden under Thomas Frank, there's some optimism, right? Last season they won the Europa League, but they lost 22 league games and finished 17th in the Premier League. But this year they look like a solid outfit, and all of a sudden these players that maybe last season Van de Ven couldn't stay fit, Romero's consistently fit or injured or suspended. All of a sudden under Thomas Frank, where he's got a more solid foundation, a more solid kind of tactical setup, these players are thriving. And I know only 2 games into the Premier League season, but that result against Man City last week, it was a bit different to when Spurs turned over Man City last year 4-0 at the Etihad. That was in the midst of Man City going through a poor run of form. That game last week, it looked like they played 5 times. Spurs win the majority of those games. They look a very solid outfit. But they took a take on the Bournemouth team that I really like, despite the fact they've lost a few players, a few of their key defenders this season. Antoine Semenyo started the season very, very strongly, and Spurs will have to watch out for him. He's their key threat. But I just think Spurs at home, with the form that they're in under Thomas Frank, I think they'll win this game 2-1.
Yeah, look, I'm getting carried away. I think a lot of Tottenham fans are, but like when Ange had Romero and Van der Ven fit, Tottenham did much better at the back. Obviously, they've been fit at the moment. I agree that midfield, the way they played against, Paulinho Sarr as well at the start of the season in a way that he hasn't played. Up front, Richarlison is playing better than I've ever seen. But it's
Jed Spence getting into the England squad is pretty.
I think he's been really impressive. He was really impressive in the Super Cup actually against PSG as well. Where should we go next? Leeds Newcastle is big, isn't it? And actually for Leeds, looking at the injuries that Newcastle have, and I actually haven't checked the latest on all those players that got injured in the Liverpool game. This is an opportunity for Leeds, isn't it, Quaku?
A huge opportunity for Leeds. And Newcastle, obviously, off the back of that dramatic game on Monday night, going to be without Anthony Gordon, who's suspended for this one. It's a massive opportunity for Leeds. It's been a mixed start to the season. Some Leeds fans still aren't convinced by Daniel Farker. But this is a Leeds team that have signed well, and all the players they've signed are within, I think, between the ages of 25 and 28, so ready to come in and play straight away. And luckily for a load of these promoted sides, or the 3 promoted sides, they've all got wins already on the board, so that pressure's not there heading into the first international break. I think Newcastle, with their players missing, with the suspensions as well, I think will struggle going to Leeds, and I can see Leeds picking up a point in this one.
Sunderland v Brentford. I mean, this last weekend. I mean, we're only 2 games in.
Yeah.
So Brentford have won 1, lost 1.
Yes,
Sunderland won 1, lost 1.
So what do we think, Charlie?
So I think this is going to be a draw. Quaku.
I'd agree with you there, draw in this one. Obviously, Sunderland, their first game was incredible return to the Premier League, beating West Ham, brought back down to reality last week against Burnley. But I like what I've seen from Sunderland, and I like the fact that they try to play football, right? They try to pass the ball and move it through the thirds, and they are going to give teams a tough out this year. It doesn't mean necessarily they're going to survive, but it means that they're going to be competitive in every game they play. Brentford, happy for them getting their first win. There's a lot of talk about Keith Andrews. Is he going to be the first manager sacked? Is he good enough for this level? And I think we should give him a chance to succeed.
No,
right?
Quaku, I'm not giving. This show is giving him nothing. He's out. He's done.
Have you seen Keith Andrews' hair?
Ah, it's so good, isn't it?
It's
always been good.
Is he that guy who's not cutting it until Man United win 5 games in a row?
Well, luckily for him, Brentford won last week, and I feel like going to Sunderland, it's not going to be an easy task, especially Sunderland and the crowd getting behind them. But I do see a draw in this one. These teams are evenly matched. I do think that there are 2 teams that are going to struggle in the division this year. But going to this game today, I think that a draw is probably the most likely result.
Yeah, I think for Sunderland and Leeds, it's their home form, and their fans have proved in the first game. Sunderland's. I forgot who they beat. It was West Ham, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Leeds beat Everton, and they were both unbelievable in those games. And I think it makes a difference, those teams coming into the Premier League and those atmospheres that away players have to deal with. Wolves-Everton's the other game, and lots of people talked about how bad West Ham have been. Wolves are really need something from this game, don't they?
They do, and it's tough for Wolves, right? First 2 games this season.
They ain't got any players, have they?
I think they've got some.
they've sold their best players,
Yeah.
and over the last couple of summers, it's been a disaster in terms of incomings and outgoings at Wolves. It seems like Strand Larsen's going to stay, which is huge for them. Having already lost Cunha, already lost Semedo, already lost Aït-Nouri as well. A tough start to the season, obviously losing 4-0 at home against City. Then last week against Bournemouth, probably would have fancied themselves picking up something from that game. Lost that. Picked up a win in the cup though, so maybe that can give them confidence heading into a game against Everton. Everton obviously buoyed by the fact that they got their first league win of the season. Jack Grealish getting a couple of assists against Brighton. And this is an Everton team again, maybe similar to Spurs, where there's a different outlook now. There's a different glow around the team because David Moyes has settled things down, and they're a team that are very, very competitive in most games they play in, and they'll fancy themselves going to Molineux today. Wolves have looked poor this year. I think out of all the teams, the established Premier League teams, I think they're probably most in danger alongside West Ham. I fancy Everton going to Molineux and picking up all 3 points.
What a section.
We did it all. We did it like that is what we were asked to do, and we normally get through like one.
Yeah. So well done on me,
Good
well
work,
done
guys.
you, and well done Kwaku. How's Chris Wood? Where's he at? Still on 2, isn't he?
Still on two.
Chris Wood?
Still on 2.
Stalled.
Still on 2.
Stalled on
we don't
2.
worry about Chris Wood, bro. We don't worry about Chris Wood. He's going to get his goals. We've already kind of marked it. We said, 15 this year?
15,
That's going to be done by
15.
Christmas.
Yeah, West Ham at home as well.
By Christmas.
If he keeps scoring like this, he might get in the England squad as well. Don't yell at me. Obviously, it's a joke, guys. West Ham at home for them. That's good. Oh, I see Liverpool at Arsenal tomorrow. I knew that, but I've just seen it again and gone, it's a big one for tomorrow. Anyway, thank you, Kwaku. Good stuff.
Thank you, Quake.
That's all, guys. Take care.
Thank you, Kwaku Afari. Thank you, Travis Perkins.
Bowling Trav.
Don't forget, you can hear Game On with Charlie Baker on Virgin Radio. It says it here. Every Saturday, Sunday 2 till 6, and Saturday 2 till 6. You get goal alerts as they go in at every Premier League game, in between back-to-back bangers.
Yes.
Which are songs.
Let's just remember that means songs.
Yeah, that means songs.
It's not the 90s, man.
Absolutely. Loaded FM. Look at you.
We've got the drummer from Dodgy on today, Matt Priest.
Oh, great.
Fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Good
I like
fun,
them.
wasn't it?
I like them,
And
yeah.
if it's good enough for you, Max.
Omid Jalili is next. Our biggest competition to date is now live. Now, we're giving you the chance to win Oasis tickets plus £25,000. I'd like that. 2 lucky winners, not 1, but 2. I like it when it says not 1, but 2. If you didn't understand what 2 is, it's not 1, it's 2. We'll win a pair of tickets to Oasis when they return to Wembley on the 27th of September, alongside the tickets. That's not all. Alongside the tickets, we're giving you the chance to win a whopping, not just 25 grand, but a whopping £25,000. For all the details on how to enter this competition, listen up right now, kids.
18 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text the word Oasis to 83338 and you're in the draw. Text costs £2 plus 1 standard network rate message. You must have the bill payer's permission. Or you can enter for free by calling 0330 880 338. All entries must be received by the 19th of September at 9 a.m. This is a talkSPORT limited promotion run on talkSPORT, Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations. Full terms and conditions at talksport.com.
A London derby by the Thames.
SW6.
João Pedro with a great opportunity. Well, here it is. He's there to hit it in. It's Fulham against Chelsea.
And he's won it in the 95th minute at Stamford Bridge.
And put in by Chalobah. West Ham 1, Chelsea 5.
I think they've got arguably the best squad in the Premier League.
I don't think they'll win the league, no, but I think they'll be in the mix.
It's a good performance, but it's a long way to go. Now the target for me is just to think about Fulham.
Oh, goodness gracious me! Muniz has done it at the far post.
Fulham were pressing, they were looking good, they played with a purpose.
Still more development to come from this Fulham side.
Fulham 1, Manchester United 1, Emil Smith-Rowe.
The plan until now didn't go through. We should have been more active, definitely. Probably you have nowadays to correct things that you haven't done. Simple as that.
Pressure that's building up Fulham, you can just sense it in the background.
This is a West London derby.
Hey, yeah, Chelsea-Fulham, 12:30 on After Us, game day. Let's talk to actor, comedian, Chelsea fan, Ipswich fan as well, friend of the programme, Omid Jalili. Welcome, Omid.
Hello, Omid.
Max and Charlie, my 2 favourite broadcasters.
Oh, how nice.
Who's at number 3?
Yeah.
Well, number 3, I have to say, he's up there with all 3 of you, was Andy Goldstein, because he showed the wonderful spirit of the Man United fan right now, because I think he rang up talkSPORT and told them both to F off, which I thought was just so funny. And it just gave every Man United fan I know such a brilliant laugh, which is what you guys do. In difficult times, if you guys are here to make us laugh, it's wonderful.
Omid, now you moved to Suffolk a few years ago now. Do you feel more, are you still more Chelsea? Because Chelsea's in the heart, but Ipswich has sort of taken over that. I don't know where because I obviously get yelled at for supporting Cambridge and Tottenham, and that's my footballing history. And people say, oh, you can't support 2 teams, but it's just, I can't help it. When they're on, I want them to win. How has it changed for you?
Well, that's a very good point, because right now I'm stopped on the A12 opposite the adult superstore. There's an adult superstore here on the way, and whenever I get to the adult superstore, I just think, I'm nearly home. This is so wonderful.
Yeah. I'll just pop in for a couple of bits.
Yeah, you feel you're on your way home. But obviously Chelsea's always been my team. And actually, this is a very big fixture to me, because there was a famous game in 1975. I think it was Boxing Day. It was a second division game between Chelsea and Fulham, which I think you have to get this verified. At the time, I think was the biggest ever attendance for a second division game, 55,000 people. I was 10 years old and I was sitting in the North End, and I didn't see a thing. I couldn't actually. It was only when YouTube. I saw the goals on YouTube exactly 35 years later.
But you felt it, Omid. You felt it. You were there.
I felt it. Yeah. So it's really exciting. So I am obviously a Chelsea fan. I'm looking forward to this season. I've got my season tickets back, and I'm actually going with the Man United fan. I could have gone with lots of friends, and I said to him, look, do you not want to come and see, after the week you had, Garnacho make his, and he just said, you know what, I've lost the will to live, why not? So I'm going with the Man United fan.
I think Chelsea have got the best midfield in the Premier League, and I think it's important that they push forward with that brilliant midfield, and I want Chelsea to have a good season because then it makes it an exciting division.
Yeah, it is. I think that, but with the loss of Cole Palmer, and we don't know the situation with Cole Palmer, it seems to be like a day-to-day basis. But when you say the midfield, yeah, Moises Caicedo is probably the best defensive midfielder in the world right now. Enzo Fernandez seems to be doing Lampard, kind of arriving in the box last minute. We've got, without Cole Palmer, I have a good feel. I hope that Esteval starts. So I think Chelsea, I think it would be unrealistic for us to think that Chelsea will win the league, but they'll be in the mix, and they're certainly, if they get it together. I mean, when they played against Crystal Palace, it was probably one of the most tepid affairs I've ever seen in my life. But so I think they owe it to the Chelsea fans to at least put in a performance. But I think the great thing is Chelsea can put in a performance without Cole Palmer. So I'm expecting some good things today.
Yeah, I watched. I can't remember who told me Esteval was like the thing. So I watched the highlights reel, and now I'm convinced he's better than Messi, Rivellino, and Pele put together. But he does, and I don't want to put pressure on the kid, but he looks so much fun.
He's definitely quick, and that's the great thing. When you look at I've been watching on my Instagram algorithm is mostly lions eating hyenas, and a few Iranian things, but there's also lots of clips of Maradona. Now, some of the early Maradona around when he was at the age of where Esteval is now. Remember, some of you won't remember, but I remember watching that game, England versus Argentina, when we heard about Maradona. I think he was only 17 or 18, and it was his sheer speed. He went past 3 players and just put the ball slightly to the right of Shilton. And I remember thinking, wow, skill plus speed like that is unbelievable. And when you see those clips of him playing at Napoli, playing at early Barcelona, that speed he had. And Esteval seems to have that same speed connected with tremendous skill. So again, but it takes time. You can't just expect it. But then he hasn't played that much. That's the thing. He's only 18. So we hope that he will develop under Maresca. And the more I see Maresca, as I said to you, Maresca came to see me on a tour show. We had a good chat about him coming to show. Actually, no, Maresca never came to see me, but it always gives me more credibility. He came to my show.
I was going to say, did he come back afterwards, give you a few better punchlines, a few toppers?
He did no such thing. I was a guy who was bald with a beard, looked a bit like him.
Do you think he's the guy? Is he the guy, Ahmed?
I do, and I think I'll tell you this. There was one. I think it was a Friday night. I was just watching telly, and I flicked over and I saw Leicester away to Birmingham a couple of seasons back, and I just thought, what's this game? And I was actually it was a season he brought Leicester up to the Premier League, and I just thought, this Leicester team is, how do they even get relegated? And I thought, what, they've got a new man. Who's this? Who's this guy? Never heard of him. What's this team? And I thought, this team is absolutely fantastic. They scored 4 amazing goals, and there seemed to be a system they were playing on the break, and there was huge skill and pace. So I remember thinking, wow, Maresca, I'll remember that name. And next thing I know, he's Chelsea manager. So I do think Chelsea have done the right thing. He's gone with youth. They've given him a year. He's won 2 trophies. I saw his press conference for as a preview of today. I just like the man. I think there's a calmness to him. There's a no BS. He doesn't say too much. He just answers things. I just like him, and I think the most importantly, the players like him, and that's what you need. You need players to like and respect your manager, and that's what's happened.
Ahmed, you always say whenever you comment on the show, you lose followers. People who've bought tickets for your show, give them back. So, is there anything you want to plug, or do you want to get out before you have the chance?
You look so handsome.
I've got I've got some shows coming. I'm doing Evesham and Buxton. I'm going to be up north on the 20th of September, but. I did hear you say something about some guy sounds like me. I'd love to hear.
Did we find the clip? I don't know if you found
they're just through the glass, all sitting there, looking the wrong way, shaking their heads.
They've had nothing. We do everything on this show, and they have to do nothing. And yet, when there's one thing to do,
there was once they played me on this show. You have to find they did that with me about 4 years ago. It was a bloke in Peru who sounded like me. He just sounded like a castrated Marlon Brando. Trying to do an English accent.
Oh, that's nice.
We'll find and dig up the clip. Keep listening, Ahmed, and we'll find the clip. Thanks for coming on, my friend.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Ahmed.
Good stuff. Ahmed Jalili there. Chelsea Fulham live on talkSPORT straight after us. What's the score going to be, Charlie?
Chelsea Fulham. 2-0. 3-1.
Oh, okay, how exciting. I look forward to it.
Actually, 2-0. I don't think Fulham have got anything, have they? Anything.
I think
what have they got?
They've got some good players.
It's like they've had summer off.
Well, they did, in the previews, and you sort of look down. I said a preview for The Guardian, and I was, the producer does a sort of loose script, ins and outs.
Yeah.
And there was nothing, and I just thought he'd missed them. I just thought I'd forgotten to do them. And actually, that was it.
It is a bit like that.
It is a bit. But I think they might do all right. They've got a decent recent record there, I think. Certainly last year. And, I like some of their players. I like Harry Wilson. Iwobi's good. I think Muniz can score goals.
John at Deb's Ironing Shop, the best ironing shop in Wakefield. Although,
Hey, John.
Although we are going to... did I discuss this with you, Max? We're going to open up an ironing shop next to Deb's.
a spite one.
A spite one. Charlie, which team has the best midfield? First it was Spurs, now it's Chelsea. I didn't say that.
I suspect you'll say the other two in the next hour. I know your game. Hey, coming up, does it get bigger than this? Lars Sivertson versus Kevin Day, and how tall are they? That is the business end of How Tall I Was. We're into the last 16 first. I say the business end, that will be in about 3 years' time. But, you know, we're now, it matters.
We're moving towards it.
We are. It's the last 16. It is the first legs. We have an absolute elite level game. I think this is huge. And I'm very excited to play it.
Good.
Should we play it?
Keep building it up.
Okay. At home, it is Lars Sivertson.
Well, this could be the Lars. This could be the Lars. Maybe the last time, I don't know.
Welcome, Lars Sivertson.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
How are you feeling, Lars? Confident?
I'm feeling very confident. We're having all kinds of interesting technical issues this morning.
Oh.
So will that impede my performance on How Tall Are They? There's really only one way to find out.
Yeah, and that is by guessing the heights. Who did you beat in the last round? I remember it was quite exciting. Andy Jacobs. Did you knock out Andy Jacobs?
I think I did, yeah. I did.
That's huge, isn't it?
People love Andy
The
Jacobs.
first time.
Yeah, people love Andy Jacobs, and you just saw him off just like that. How could you? Well, today, you are up against the might that is Kevin Day.
A lovely day. A lovely
Hey, Kevin.
There.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm a bit worried that Lars sounds a little bit like Barry Glendinning.
We've had that before.
Yeah.
We've had that before.
I need to warn you as well, by the way. You may become aware of a very angry buzzing sound which has been going on for some days. So it's either the two blokes across the road who support Man United, or it's my next door neighbour whose job seems to be testing power tools and then having them tattooed on various parts of his body. So, if that does happen, I apologise.
I had to, when I was doing it from the shed in Melbourne, cutting down a tree with a chainsaw. I had to just put couldn't just stop that for like 2 hours. Could you possibly? Okay, well,
Very good.
It's a big game. You don't want to lose either of these players this early in the competition.
Of course not, Ian.
But someone has to. This is very much the first leg. So, I mean, really, Kevin, Lars is a difficult place to go. You want to come away. You want to come away just not out of sight, I imagine.
Well, as long as Lars is not made out of plastic, because apparently that's a big issue for us English players.
Yeah,
we've never seen a plastic pitch before.
No,
and because Woolworths is now shut, we can't get training shoes anywhere either. So,
you've had to traipse to North Norway to go to play Lars Sivertson on the artificial pitch. It's minus 50 degrees, but you're still going to guess the heights. So here we go. Let's play, everybody. Okay, the theme today is the Manchester United Bomb Squad, the Manchester United Bomb Squad. So we begin, Lars Sivertson, with not good enough for Manchester United, but the best player in Serie A, Scott McTominay. How tall is Scott McTominay?
Ballon d'Or nominee.
Interesting. So he's quite tall, but not weirdly tall. So I was like, I just realised we're doing this in feet. This is going to be a problem. We're going to say...
we can try and work it out for you if you...
The thing is, Lars, you're at home, Lars, aren't you? I mean, really, we should make Kevin go metrics.
We should pivot to centimetres. Let's do feet, and I'll just kind of guess.
You need a conversion table in front of you.
Yeah, I do. Let's do 6'1", and I might look up a conversion table while
6'1", Kevin Day.
Well, I think he's slender, which makes him deceptively small. I'm going to go 5'11".
6'3", guys.
6'3".
He's a no-man mountain.
No,
Scott
McTominay.
6'3", yes.
That's taller than a Christmas tree in Trafalgar Square.
It is. It's taller than the one that Lars sends to the Queen every year. That's how tall it is.
Personally, yeah.
Right,
it's 0-0. We move on. Kevin Day, Marcus Rashford. How tall is Marcus Rashford, part of the Amorim Bomb Squad, now at Barcelona?
Oh, he's got rid of some good players now.
He really has.
Marcus Rashford, 6 foot on the nail.
It's gone for 6 foot. Lars Sivertson, live from Norway.
Damn, that's a really good guess. So what I have to guess is he Taller than that or shorter than that?
He's got the hang. He's got the hang of the rules.
Frustrated by that. You know what?
He's worked
You
the
know
format
what? I think you've nailed it, but let's do 6.5. Then is the only thing I can do, really, because I think it's
We
close.
can't have
halves.
Lars.
Oh, okay, 6'1" then.
He's 6'1".
Could be the last. This could be the last. 6'1", 1-0.
1-0, and we're back to you, Lars Sivertson. How tall? Finally, Chelsea have a wide attacker because Alejandro Garnacho is gone from Old Trafford. How tall, Lars, is Alejandro Garnacho?
Like, he's not that tall. He's not in diminutive winger territory, but also not over 6 feet. So let's do, let's do 5'8" for Garnacho.
5'8". Kevin Day.
That is actually quite diminutive. But, I've taken
Quite tall,
the shot
5'8".
now. I might want
5'8's
that
quite
back,
tall.
but it's too late.
How tall are you, Charlie?
5'8".
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, Charlie.
5'8", says Lars. Kevin Day. How tall is Alejandro Garnacho?
So I can't lose this. This will take the gloss off the FA Cup win if I don't.
Yeah, really would.
I think he's still growing, isn't he? He's only a youngster, so I 5'10".
Oh, 5'11". Still 1-0, Lars Sivertson.
We move on.
Okay.
Kevin Day, how tall is Kobbie Mainoo?
Oh,
Once upon a time, the answer to England's midfield problem.
Wasn't he just?
Now in the bomb squad.
For that happy 10 days in June last year. He's a little fella and he's 5'9".
5'9", Lars Sivertson.
Damn, that was what I was going to say. Is he let's say he's got a little bit more and say 5'10".
He's 5'9". Lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. Kevin Day, very good. 1-1. That's 1-1.
A good diaphragm from playing
1-1,
clarinet.
great
Okay, we're
stuff.
back to you. It's one apiece. It's a very tight first leg. Exciting stuff. Finally, from Ruben Amorim's bomb squad. How tall, Lars, is Ruben Amorim? Ruben Amorim. How tall is he?
Very much put himself in
Bombing
the bomb squad.
himself out now.
Yeah, straight in the bomb squad. Feeling he's like just a straight up 6 foot. Just 6 foot.
6 foot. Kevin Day?
It's hard to tell, isn't it, when he's hunched up over his little to-do.
It is.
That's not the height we're after, sat down with a tactics board in the rain.
I've got him tall. I'm going to go taller than 6'1".
Oh, 5'10".
1-1. What a
No.
game.
1-1.
What a game.
The second leg is absolutely poisoned. Listen to this, guys.
Great heighting.
This is why we do this competition. Mark P says, Max Rushden is so knowledgeable about all things football. It's a Saturday morning with a big weekend of fixtures ahead, and they're having a game to guess how tall Marcus Rashford is. talkSPORT, please just discuss the transfer window and the upcoming games. FFS. That's why we do this show, Mark. Hey, one apiece.
We've got 15 minutes off the transfer window.
Exactly.
One apiece.
Go elsewhere.
Second leg is in probably about 3 months' time, we think. So keep the training up, chaps. Thank you. Well played.
Thanks. Congratulations.
Great game.
Lars.
Great game.
Stay with us, Lars, because we're going to talk about the transfer window and look ahead to the fixtures in just a second.
More green jackets have been lost at the 12th than at the Augusta City Dry Cleaners. Rory McIlroy knows this better than most. But what is Amen Corner and why is it so iconic? The famous sequence has always been there since the Masters began in 1934. It didn't get its name until '58, though, when American sports writer Herbert Warren Wind, on the left, wrote, "At the farthest reach of the Augusta National Course, down in the Amen Corner." He drew inspiration from the 1933 jazz song Shouting in That Amen Corner by the Dorsey Brothers. The reason behind its difficulty is all in the sand and the water. Tournament officials don't even bother to count the balls lost in there each year, such is the sheer number. The 11th, named White Dogwood, is a downhill 520-yard par 4 with a pond to the left of the green and a bunker to the right. Both cause a lot of trouble each year. The 12th, Golden Bell, is perhaps the most famous hole in the world, with danger everywhere. Many aim for the flag, but look, get it even slightly wrong, and you're in the azaleas at the back, or the bunkers at the front, or even worse, Rays Creek. Or you can play it safe and aim for the open green on the left. You chicken. Tiger Woods once said, if you make 4 bogeys from Thursday to Sunday, you're doing well. And the highest ever score on that hole? 13. It's a par 3. Tom Weiskopf in 1980 was the sorry soul. Often the iconic Ben Hogan Bridge is the only thing players enjoy about Golden Bell. Even if you escape there unscathed, though, you met with Azalea, the dogleg par 5 13th. It tempts players to go for the green in 2, but cut over those trees on the left at your peril. Every year, it seems, Amen Corner destroys someone's dreams. Rory McIlroy dropped 3 shots through here as his round unravelled in 2011. In 2016, a year after navigating Amen Corner expertly, Jordan Spieth shot a quadruple bogey on the 12th to throw away his green jacket. I mean, it sounds like my game, to be honest. So who'll be the next to be brought to their knees, praying for mercy after Amen Corner?
Daniel says, surely for Civitan away, it's, are you on Lars?
You're on Lars, yeah.
You're on Lars.
Nice, yeah.
I can't believe Charlie's only 5'8", says Jim. He's a bullion.
5'8.5".
That of a much taller man, of course you are. 5'8.5".
Low centre of gravity.
Welcome, everybody. This is talkSPORT. It's the warm-up. Max Rush and Charlie
Good balance.
With you till 11. What's that?
Good balance.
You have good balance.
Low centre of gravity.
Yeah, you do. I've done this show for how many years?
5.
5 years. Yet to fall over. I've yet to see you fall over during the broadcast. So if there's one thing you can say about Charlie,
taller sat down as well.
Good balance. Yeah, you look on the. If you're watching on the smart TV, Charlie looks about. He's a head taller than me. How is that? What's that about?
If we go to the studio downstairs, when I do the show with Paul, and we go to the studio downstairs, he looks like he's like a little ventriloquist, like I've got him out of a suitcase.
We've got smaller. Let's stop doing that. Stop doing that.
That's funny.
Anyway, let's look ahead to today's action with Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Destination football on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
Well, this could be the last. This could be the last. Maybe the last.
I don't know. Welcome, Lars.
Adam says, did you guys pitch the show as 90% theme tunes? Or did it slowly morph into this?
I read that before the news, actually. But
Oh, you read it?
Yeah, I just
I
read
can
it
only
when you were
apologise.
there. You were making a cup
I was
of tea.
making teas, Max.
Lovely tea. It's a good tea.
Man of
as
the
well.
people.
You are. Welcome, Lars. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to learn that Charlie's been sitting on a box all this time. I mean, this is good news for us.
Look, well played against GameDay. It was a good game. We enjoyed it. Some good height guesses.
It was a good game. I feel like I should have an edge because I do believe I accidentally invented this game. I think it came about because we had a preview in which I'd really prepared, and I wanted to make a point about how many tall players West Ham had, and I'd written down all the names and how tall they were. But then that sort of sent me into a strange fugue state where I was just listing West Ham players and how tall they were for quite a long time. Right. It was very strange radio,
and we seized upon it.
Here we are.
Don't say it's strange. We've got 3 years out to make
very much the William Webb Ellis of how tall are they?
Yeah,
Picked up the ball and ran with it.
Let's start at Old Trafford then. Manchester United, Burnley. I mean, obviously for the rest of us, absolutely brilliant that they got knocked out by Grimsby. The thing is, they kind of looked okay at times in the first 2 games in the league this season, I think.
Well, against Arsenal, yes. And I'd say the first 15, 20 minutes maybe against Fulham. But it obviously was a disaster against Grimsby. And I'm trying to get my head around. I mean, it was mentioned at the top of the hour. Ruben Amorim is kind of morphing into one of the great sort of... one of the great wild cards of modern management, which I did quite enjoy him as a character and seeing him sort of gradually become very, very frustrated. But this sort of descent into just saying exactly what pops into his head at any given moment is... it's not a good idea, but it is very entertaining. I feel like it'd be hypocritical because people like us, we always say, managers, they shouldn't give us the PR speak. You know, they should be open and tell it how they really feel. And then you listen to Amorim the last couple of days and you think, well, maybe not like that.
Yeah.
Maybe not exactly.
Intrusive Thoughts FC.
Yeah, exactly right. And I do think what he said about occasionally hating his players, I'm sure every manager feels that. I'm sure there's every single manager out there, even if you're managing like a local Sunday league team or something, you would like occasionally really like your players and occasionally you can't stand them and want to get rid of all of them. But I don't think you should say that out loud if you are the Man United manager. Yeah. I think it becomes incredibly volatile, especially given that we had all this stuff in pre-season about how this is the happiest camp it's ever been. Like, I wasn't on the pre-season tour, but I read so many reports about like it's never been this good. You know, the players are all having a great time. It's all wonderful. Amorim the fire is back in his belly. And then we're 3 games into the season and he's almost sacked himself on air because he's so upset.
Well, he wanted to postpone. He wanted to postpone getting the job, didn't he? He tried to put that off for a year. And is he trying to postpone it for another year, do you think? When does he actually want to start doing his actual gig?
No, I mean, no, that was absolutely wild. It's and I'm now really hoping he stays for quite a long time because it adds an element of jeopardy to every round. Like, what kind of mood is Amorim going? What is he going to say next? It's tremendous.
But they have to beat Burnley, don't they?
They really do.
And
well done.
Right?
Wow, that's a really good radio hosting, Max. Straight back on top of
Thank
topic.
you.
I like that.
Yeah.
So Burnley obviously had a bad time against Tottenham on the opening day of the season. But here's the thing. I actually watched the full 90 minutes of that game, which I don't think a lot of people did. I'm not sure it was broadcast in the UK. Burnley were not terrible for a lot of that. If you watched Match of the Day, the impression I'm sure you would have gotten was, great overhead kick from Richarlison and Kudus doing some dribbles and Brennan Johnson actually scoring that clever goal. But for a lot of that game, Burnley were decent. Burnley had they had some possession. They created some chances. While it was still 1-0 to Tottenham, that game felt like it was in the balance. Before Tottenham scored the second goal, Burnley actually had more shots than Spurs in that game. So they did not go to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and get played off the park. They then followed that up with quite a solid win over Sunderland. So I don't think they're necessarily pushovers, Burnley. I do think, what I saw in that Spurs game is that they don't have a ton of like cutting edge up front. So they did get into good positions there, but couldn't quite capitalize. And you would think, given just the amount of attacking talent United has brought in, whether the team works, whether the system works, whether Amorim wants to be there or not, like Cunha, Sesko and Mbeumo should be able to create the goals against Burnley. But after the Grimsby game, I don't know what to believe.
Robert says, I manage an under-11 girls team and I hate them.
There we go.
Yeah, there we are. I want to talk about 2 signings. Newcastle go to Leeds today. They've obviously got some injury problems. Excuse me. But tell us about Nick Voltermader.
So he's an interesting one. Bayern really, really, really wanted him this summer. So he's someone, he's had a bit of a breakthrough season last season for Stuttgart. He's very tall. I mean, he's a good one for how tall are they. I mean, he's a future how tall are they answer. And if you don't know anything about him and you just hear that Newcastle have signed this German guy who's a forward, he can play as a number 10, he can play as a striker. He is 6'6".
Okay.
Which is not what you necessarily expect.
But he can dribble, right? He can. This is what Archie
This is the
Wintour
thing.
was telling me. He can run with the ball.
He's a very unusual 6'6" because he's more of a technician than a big sort of aerial threat. But obviously, being 6'6", he is some degree of aerial threat. But he's a technical player more so than anything.
Yeah.
So he is a striker who can also play as a number 10. You can make the case that him and Isak could coexist if you want to make that case. But I also just kind of think, if you're spending that kind of money on him, you probably are preparing to let Isak go, aren't you? I mean, I would imagine that. But I would also imagine them adding another striker to... I mean, adding him and Jürgen Strand-Larsen from Wolves is actually an interesting duo, because then you get one guy in Woltemade who's quite technical, can play as a number 10, and Strand-Larsen, who is just an old-school number 9, pretty strong, stays in the box, doesn't do a lot else. It's an interesting sort of 1-2 to bring into the team. It does kind of make sense. Listen, it is a lot of money for him. It's a lot of money for a guy who's had one good sort of breakout year, but he was very impressive in the European Under-21 Championship this summer. And again, Bayern really wanted him. They were completely convinced that this is a guy we need to get into the building. They just couldn't get there on the price. Newcastle have swooped in and made it happen. I'm very excited to see what he can do.
If only there was a phrase for someone who was like a big person.
But could control it well.
Control the ball well.
Yeah.
I can't think of how you'd describe that.
No, I can't.
If I'm honest. Spurs v Bournemouth. I have a theory, Lars, that some managers know what they're doing and some are guessing. I think Thomas Frank really knows what he's doing, and he's gone in. He can, Amorim wants to play one way, and he said it's my way, or I won't be a very good manager unless we play my way. Thomas Frank seems to have 4 different ways of playing. He's gone into Spurs, and he's made a great start, and he's coaching forwards to the best of their abilities. I think it's great. Great start.
This is the ex-girlfriend theory of managerial appointments, right? Which I've said so many times on the show, but I'm going to assume that not every single listener remembers everything I ever say. So I'm just going to repeat it, which is we always overcorrect. Like, this is what happens in people's personal lives. Like, if you have one partner and it goes wrong, whatever you felt the last partner lacked, whatever was wrong with the last one, next one's going to have a lot of that. Like, always...
And they won't steal your hoodie, yeah? They'll bring your hoodie back.
Yeah, that's the thing that young people say, isn't it? But with managers, I think it's exactly the same. If you have a situation with a manager and it goes wrong, the thing you feel was the most wrong, you're gonna make sure that's... So you had Ange Postecoglou. I think we all liked for a lot of reasons, but he was such a football romantic and had his way of playing, and it has to be this way. And it doesn't matter how many weird goals we concede in the exact same way. I'm not going to change anything because this is what I believe in. So they thought, wow, that wasn't fun at all. Let's not do that. So they hire a guy who is the arch pragmatist. He's a guy who will look at each game and see, what do we actually have to do to win this game? It's a complete change to the exact opposite. And we've seen it so far. I will say I was surprised that I was on this show and lazily assumed they would play 3 at the back against Manchester City.
Same.
Because that was what Frank was doing with Brentford. It was 3 at the back against the big scary teams, and it was 4 against the teams where you think it's going to be, But of course they have now at that midfield with Palhinha, Bentancur and Sarr. There's just so much energy in that midfield 3. So maybe they feel, okay, you can protect the back line well enough with those 3 guys in there. I am Spurs, as you know, and as the listeners will know, and that will mean I have this sort of manic depressive relationship with football, is that I'm either super optimistic and I really get too optimistic, really, or I'm extremely downcast and think everything is terrible. I have to admit, the pendulum is towards optimism right now. I need to kind of constrain myself a little bit, because the early signs are really good. The early signs are this is working. And I will say, I really like Xavi Simons.
Yeah, I was going to ask, can you, because I was under the impression he was kind of a winger, and then I was told he was more of a 10. He seems to have played for Leipzig more out on the left. But just tell us about him as a footballer, because there'll be lots of people listening who've never really seen him play.
So he is more of a 10, but like a lot of guys who are more of a 10, sometimes you get moved out to the flank to fit in the system, and that's just something that happens. So he's a technical player. He was a bit of a child star coming through at.
He was in Bugsy
initially,
Malone, wasn't he?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Nice.
But
Was he in, no, he was in Annie. Sorry, he was in Annie. Yes.
Yeah, but actually nice one. But actually, when he was an academy player, he was first at Barcelona, and then he moved to PSG. So you'll have photos of him as a very young player in some very glamorous shirts. And he couldn't quite break through the first team at PSG, and had his big year when he was loaned to PSV, from PSG to PSV. Just had a season of playing regularly in the Dutch league a couple of years ago, and just exploded and was fantastic there. And before then, moving on to RB Leipzig, where he's been good, but maybe not quite found himself in that system. So long story short is that he's very technically clever. He is, and I think he is a Spurs player in every sense. I think he's a very technically gifted guy. He can dribble, he can shoot, he can play good passes, but he's a bit of a maverick. And I think that sort of maverick streak means maybe some of the very biggest clubs in the world look at him and think, we're not quite sure. But I feel Spurs is just a perfect home for players like that. So I'm absolutely delighted. And I will say, without no disrespect to either one of Morgan Gibbs-White or Ebere Eze or one of the 105 attacking midfielders Tottenham have tried to sign this summer, I feel like Siemens is the one. And it's easy to say after the transfers happened, but I've said it before as well. He's the one I like the best out of the ones they've tried to do as a fit for Spurs. So I'm excited about this.
Great.
Leeds, Newcastle, 5:30. Leeds say goodbye to Patrick Bamford this week. Striker who blows hot and cold in the Premier League, and said hello to Dominic Calvert-Lewin, a striker who blows hot and cold in the Premier League. How do Leeds stay up, Lars?
I mean, again, reheating old material here, but you don't have to outswim the shark. You just have to outswim your sister. Like it's about what Leeds can do, but it's also about what the other teams down that end of the table do. What I like about Leeds is, if you look at the last time Daniel Farke was in the Premier League was with Norwich, am I correct? And they'd gotten promoted, playing quite sort of attacking, dainty football, and then they got to the Premier League and they just couldn't stand up to the increased demands, and they were like trying to play nice football, but were too easily beaten and just kind of sent straight back down again. Leeds, I like that Leeds have gone, we're going to get some physical guys in here. We're going to get Stack from Germany. We're going to get Longstaff, and Calvert-Lewin as well is physically a handful. It's like Farke has looked at what went wrong the last time and said, we're going to need more power here. Not a super promising start to the season, of course. That really bad defeat to Arsenal and then losing to Sheffield Wednesday in the League Cup is no fun. But they did get 3 points against Everton. And I think out of the 3 promoted teams, with the business they've done and adding that sort of physical oomph to the team, it's kind of the team I would feel has the best chance of staying up of the 3 promoted ones.
Finally, tomorrow, Liverpool-Arsenal. Is it too early in the season for that? I'm excited. It's great to see a fixture like that this early in the season. I suspect if you're Arsenal, it's probably a better time. It is Anfield, isn't it? It's a better time to go to Anfield than, when they're all set and ready.
It is, but of course, it's not a good time in the sense that Saka is unavailable and Martin Odegaard is a doubt. So that is not... So the whole... A big thing of what Arsenal were doing this summer in the transfer market is, of course, giving themselves option. Because last season, one of the reasons they fell away and weren't a factor in the title challenge was that when Saka was injured, or when Odegaard was injured, or even when Havertz was injured, the squad wasn't really there to absorb those losses. And they were so reliant on those guys being available for the attack to really work. Of course, now they've added Madueke, they've added Gyökeres, and they've added Eze, so they should have options. And those options, of course, then are going to be tested. You get an early trip to Anfield where you are going to need some of these guys who are not the guys who are used to carrying the load for Arsenal, who are going to have to step up. So I don't know if we're doing this feature that we've been doing where someone needs to step up.
Oh, yeah, do it. Yes, I'd forgotten.
Yes, so please do that. Yeah, Enterprise.
I feel like this should be your job to know this, Max, but I'm going to, destination football, yeah.
Wow.
Go on then, do it. Pick the player. Who has he done it?
I'm looking at Eze. I think if he starts, and I feel like he kind of has to start with Odegaard not being 100% fit, with Saka being out. This is what he was signed for. Like, in a huge degree, he was signed for being someone who can step in and be the guy in an attacking sense. Broadly speaking, when everyone's fit, I expect him to play off the left and be an upgrade on Martinelli. But being the guy who can provide the spark when it's either not happening for the rest of them or they're not there injured, I think that is why you go big and bring Eze into the building. It's a big ask for him to have to do that from his first game away at Anfield. Like it's a bit of a hospital pass, but this is what he's been brought in to do. So I'm really like looking at him this weekend. It's such a chance for him to make a claim for, I'm here. This is why I'm here. I deserve that mural that's already been made.
Perfect. Cheers, Lars. Well, and obviously you from that feature, this section, and out of all you deserve the mural, which somebody did yesterday, which actually does the whole of the Shard is now your hair.
I mean, by the standards of these Arsenal murals, I feel like maybe I do deserve one.
You do deserve a mural.
Yeah.
That's the name of your autobiography. Maybe I deserve a mural. I'd like a mural if somebody could just get on with it. Cheers, Lars. Always lovely to have you on. Lars Sivertson there. That was a look ahead to some of the players. The player we feel will be here for it and deliver this weekend with Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Destination Football on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk.
Morning all, Max Rushden and Charlie Baker with you until 11. Hey lads, this is really messing with my head that Max has been in time with Charlie during the themes. Is there any chance you could work together to put this right and back out of sync, or just ship Max back off on a plane just to soothe my anxiety?
Let's give it a few weeks and we'll try and sort it out.
we should be able to fix it by... I'm taking 2 weeks off.
Yeah. It's me and Perry next week.
Yeah, Perry next week. That's a good one. Don't be too good, of course. But I think by the 27th of September, I'll have absolutely sorted.
Yeah, we'll sort
Is that okay?
We'll sort that out.
All right, let's look at the latest odds out of today's action with William Hill.
In the Zone on talkSPORT with William Hill. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Lee Phelps, he came in a couple of weeks ago and then just that's it, couldn't be bothered.
I thought he was going to come in every week.
Come in every week. That's, maybe just didn't like us that much. Hello, Lee.
Hello, Lee.
I loved you both.
Oh, back in the car.
Are you in tomorrow?
Back in the car.
I'll be in tomorrow, I promise.
Is everything okay at home, or do you now live in the car?
He lives in the car.
It's like dad cabs today,
Yeah.
so I'm out and about.
Oh, okay, good stuff. You're doing all the ferrying, as you should do, Lee. Where do you want to start? I've got it written down somewhere, but I've lost that piece of paper. So you kick us off, Lee, and I'll be professional for the next question.
Final one standing, deadline to get your picks in, whichever game you're in, whether you're in the $500,000 jackpot game, one of the 50k games, the talkSPORT League, 12:30 at Chelsea Fulham kickoff is the absolute deadline to get your picks in. So if you don't do that, you get eliminated automatically. So please get your picks in for 12:30.
Are we still in? Are we still in?
I think. Well, we don't know.
I'm sure you must be. There are 89,000 still left in the big $500,000 game. Interestingly enough, you've been talking about Man United this week. Tuesday, 43% of all picks daily were for Manchester United. That had dropped to 22% back yesterday after the calamity in Cleethorpes, the loss to Grimsby Town, of course. It's gone back up a little bit. I mean, they're top of the final one standing power rankings, a 73% chance of winning that game against Burnley, according to the odds, but not as popular as they were earlier in the week. Forest is about just over 20% of players picked Forest this weekend. 19% picked Chelsea. Spurs, 7% have gone with Spurs. Who would you guys go for this weekend if you had to pick one team to win?
Newcastle, I would say. Newcastle away at Leeds.
Oh, they've got injuries. I think that's tricky.
I think it's
See, I would say
that's
Tottenham.
why it's my opinion and not yours.
Yeah, all right, there's no need to get the shirt.
I'm going to. Yeah, last person standing.
I didn't realise it was like that.
Yeah, that's what it's meant to be.
Actually kill me in cold blood.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Look, I would never say Spurs because I don't want to jinx them. But that's probably where I would go. Maybe Sunderland, I don't know. But I think Man United will be. I would think. I've just picked all the teams, Lee. There you go. Don't know.
I get that. Newcastle, of course, got the best midfield in the Premier League as well.
That's true.
Very good. Not the best in the Premier League, but a good one. Yeah. Liverpool, I'd say, have the best midfield in the Premier League.
Or Arsenal. That's what, you can change every 15
right.
What about some actual games then, Lee? Kick off with Chelsea Fulham.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Chelsea. That's my pick for the week's final one standing. I just think they'll be too good. I've watched both of the Fulham games on the goals programme. Watched them live, and they're all right, and they come on strong in the last 10, 15 minutes. But I just think when you look at the teams they've played against, they've given away 20 shots on goal in those two games against Brighton and Man United, who just weren't clinical enough. You look at Chelsea; they've had 7 shots on target against West Ham, scored 5 goals. Admittedly, they drew a blank against Palace, but only had 2 shots on goal. So 5 goals from 9 shots on target. I think if Fulham give Chelsea the chances, then they'll take advantage. We've got a big epic boost on João Pedro to have at least 1 shot on target in this match. Even money from 2 to 7. It's a max bet of a tenner in shop and on the app. All the T's and C's available. But yeah, obviously had a great start to the season. Played well against West Ham, scored and assisted against Fulham for Brighton last season as well. So yeah, João Pedro, epic boost, even money from 2 to 7 for that 12:30 game, and make sure you get your picks in. The other interesting thing about Fulham is I wouldn't be surprised to see them get a consolation goal. I could see maybe a 3-1 to Chelsea. They had more substitutes scoring goals last season than anyone else, 17. And already, all their goals that they've scored this season have been scored by substitutes. And in that game when they won 2-1 at the Bridge last season, Muniz and Wilson both came off the bench to score then. So if you like your impact sub bets and you're going for a Fulham goal scorer, then whoever you back, if they go off and replaced by the sub, that carries your bet on, of course. So yeah, I think it's an interesting one, but Chelsea for me in that one. I think there's a few good home favourites today, to be fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Looking at the 3 o'clocks, where do you want to go, Lee?
Well, I'm not sure Man United are one of them, to be honest. I know, betting-wise, are the biggest favourite of the weekend. I just think, as you guys have been talking, and totally agree with, Lars's summary of the situation is brilliant. How Amorim seems to have gone from being in a great place to, almost distraught after, these 3 games that they've played. If Burnley can recreate the kind of record-breaking defensive mentality that they had last season, surely their goal has got to be to go to Old Trafford and come away with at least a point. And we know they're capable of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
They drew 1-1 last time they were there in April 2024. The draw's 4-1. Burnley are 13-2. I think, the way, if Manchester United don't get off to a good start and don't get a goal early, then I think it could get a little bit fractious at Old Trafford. So, yeah, look, they're a big favourite at home, obviously, but I do quite like the draw, just under 4-1. The other games that I like, if you're looking for an ACCA, we've got ACCA boost, so you need 4 picks or more to activate your boost. I think Spurs at home, a good bet. I think it'll be an entertaining game. I can see both teams scoring, but they're 10-11, which I think is a really fair price, to be honest with you. I actually go against Charlie. I think Leeds could beat Newcastle. I think, I think Newcastle are a little beleaguered, and with that, with the crowd at Elland Road, they're not a massive price, Leeds, just over 2-1. But I think they'll give Newcastle a really, really good game. That might be one for a bet builder as well, because I think Newcastle, I think the discipline could tell as well, and Leeds, that home crowd could get after Newcastle a bit. We've got bet builders today. If you have a bet builder, you get a free one on the football. You've got your 25% boost that you usually get. You've got impact sub on those, and then for the big game tomorrow, the Liverpool-Arsenal game, if your bet builder loses, you get your money back as a free bet. So loads of bet builders to have over the weekend with impact sub. Looking forward to a cracking day. The ACCA will be, I'll go Chelsea, Spurs, and I'll drop into the Championship for Millwall, who are in decent form, and Coventry. Those 4 activate the boost there, around 11.5-1.
Good stuff, Lee. Thanks for coming on. See you tomorrow.
Cheers, Lee.
Thanks, guys.
Leave upset. That was the latest odds with William Hill. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
In the Zone on talkSPORT with William Hill. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Got a big 2-word phone in.
Oh, huge 2 words.
It's a good one. So Ruben Amorim says sometimes he wants to quit. So here's the 2-word phone in. 03717 223344. You tell us your job, and you can have 2 words for that. And then do you want to quit?
If it's taxi driver
or... It's fine. Taxi driver, orthopaedic surgeon. What we want is your job and do you want to quit? Radio host, no. That's me. 03717 223344. You get 2 words for your job and then yes or no. Do you want to? What's your job? Do you want to quit? 03717, 2 words only, 3 words, never call again, unless your job is more than 1 word. 03717 223344. Get your calls in early or late, because you won't be disappointed.
Get your calls in.
Get your calls in, please. Thank you. It's the warm-up on talkSPORT. Max and Charlie with you until 11. Time for a two-word phone-in. It's the talk... Yeah, there we go.
Dropped him off.
Yes. Oh, lovely. Just one word needed.
Ian
is a Man City fan. What's the best year, Ian?
2012, Aguero.
Oh, never call again. Too many words. Don't use your phone again. Michael, throw your SIM card out of your phone. Throw it out the window. Drive
Burn
over
your
it.
phone. Burn it.
Michael's a Preston fan. What's the best goal?
Poppycock.
What a great phone-in. Here we go then. Ruben Amorim sometimes wants to lose his quit, so it's football manager sometimes. So what's your job and do you want to quit? 03717 223344. Matt is a Liverpool. Matt, what's your job? Do you want to quit?
Paint a decorator, no.
Pat, lovely. Good, he loves
Very
his
nice.
job. Patrick is a Villa fan. What's your job? Do you want to quit?
Paint a decorator immediately.
Immediately, oh.
The yin and yang.
Two
of
different
painting and
sides of the
decorating.
coin if you're considering being a painter and decorator.
James is a Liverpool fan. What's your job? Do you want to quit?
Gas engineer, no.
Good,
Oh,
he
loves it down the gas. Come on, the gas.
Gary is a Reading fan. What's your job? Do you want to quit?
Taxi driver, yes.
There we go. Get him a new job.
Hopefully not on the job. Don't
immediately.
drop people off halfway.
I'm stopping right here. Engine off, ignition off, out. John is a Leeds fan. What's your job? Do you want to quit?
Holiday Inn retiree, no.
What a life. We all dream of it.
Smug little caller there.
We just get to the age where we're like, when are you going to retire? No, well, maybe I'll never retire. Good stuff. Aaron is a Manchester United fan. Aaron, what's your job? Do you want to quit?
Ineos secretary, help me.
Okay. I think he was doing a joke.
Oh, I didn't understand it. Curly is an Arsenal fan. Curly, what's your job? Do you want to quit?
Market trader, no.
Oh, okay, loves it, the boss.
Exactly.
All your jeans, all your jackets, all your towels.
10 for a pound. 10 for a pound. George is a Liverpool fan. George is a Liverpool fan. What's your job? Do you want to quit?
What for a pound?
Product manager, sometimes.
Sometimes. I like the
Depends-
honesty.
I suppose depends what the product is.
It does. Simon is an Everton fan. What's your job? Do you want to quit? Simon. Simon's an Everton fan. What's your job? Do you want to quit?
Yeah, psychologist.
Psychologist.
And yes, I want to quit. I've got to want to quit.
Quite a lot of.
So many words. Never call again.
Never call again. Never ever call again. Psychologist. I want to quit.
Never call again. What a phone in.
It's great.
The
isn't it?
phone in.
Use your phone.
Ring the phone. It's the telephone. Time for a phone call. Ring, ring, ring.
Hyperbole.
Intrigue.
2 words. Thoughts. Considerations. It's your time to shine. People saying their thing. Get on with it.
You on the radio. Imagine that.
Let's go then to Stamford Bridge. Stuart's on the line. What's your job and do you want to quit?
Electrician, no.
Yes. Do you?
You were
Stuart?
forced to play football for a living, Stuart.
I was. I didn't want to leave Brent Council.
I bet you didn't.
Do you?
Great
Because you got,
sound.
Stuart's now in a big old pile, marble everywhere. But, if you need to redo a plug or something, or you need to rewire the lights, do you get someone in now or you still do it yourself?
I've just put 2 new lights up in my bedroom and one up downstairs. I am far too tight to pay anybody else, especially when I've trained for 5 years at Wilston Technical College.
Stuart, people would pay to watch that. You should get yourself on OnlyFans. Yeah. People would tune in and pay money to watch you rewire something.
Do you do, mates?
In an old Forest kit.
Yeah. If Steve Chettle rings and says, you couldn't, I've just got this. I can't wire the bits in the kitchen. I don't even know the thing, Stuart, as you can tell. Would you help him? Would you do it for free?
I would talk him through it.
Okay. You talk Steve
without
Chettle
a doubt.
through it.
And if I was passing, I would certainly pop in and do the job for him, without a doubt.
Unfortunately, we have to talk about the game a little bit. What are you expecting? What are you looking forward to?
Fulham.
I'm expecting a comfortable Chelsea victory, to be fair. I think that they're on reasonable form at the moment. I think things are going their way, and I expect them to see them at the top end of the division-ish, probably second, third at the end of the season. So these are games that they have to win. Local derby, so you never actually know in that front. I don't think Fulham have playing as well as they certainly the heights they hit last year at the moment, but they invested well last year, I think.
Yeah, and they finally got, I've said it already, Garnacho, good to finally get a winger in the building there, Stuart.
Yeah, to go with the other 16 they've got.
Exactly.
You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you think of their policy, their transfer policy?
Well, I thought it was really flawed probably a year ago when they were hoovering up everybody and the squad was ridiculously big. But the proof is, can you get rid of them and move them on at a decent costing and recoup your money, having looked at them? And certainly if you look at Jackson and the potential price that they might get for him, someone they brought through the door, had a good look at him, think that he's not up to their standard, and probably doubled their money on him, which is crazy. But they seem to be moving players on. They've moved a lot of players from the academy on as well and turned really good money over on that. And to be fair, if you can get them out the door as well, it's not a bad policy, I think, now.
Marco Silva's a very good manager, though, isn't he?
Yeah, good one, yeah.
For Fulham, and I don't know if they've given him any money to spend over the summer or not. Do you think other teams will have their eye on Marco Silva, seeing as a few jobs look like they might become available very soon?
I think he's always one of those that courts opinion, but it's like everything. If your team are doing particularly well, you're front and centre of any speculation. If you drop off a little bit, all of a sudden you're forgotten very quickly.
Yeah.
But he is a good manager and proved that over time.
Last gig you went to, Stuart?
Well, gentlemen,
here we go. Oh, I like a well, gentlemen.
Now we've finished the football chat. Good.
Get comfortable.
Okay.
I spoke with you a couple of weeks ago, said I was going to Sex Pistols and Stranglers last Saturday.
Oh, yes.
Magnificent. Yeah. Fish and chips on the seafront, then wandered into the venue on Dreamland, the
Margate,
backdrop of the Big Dipper and the Big Wheel and all that. It was right in the centre of Dream. Very good, outstanding gig. Went to Coldplay on Wednesday at Wembley.
Yeah, good one.
Not really my cup of tea on the musical front, you know.
But they put on a show, don't they?
Incredible show.
Yeah.
Incredible. What we got coming up? Tuesday night, The Hives. I'm going with Daichi. A couple of us are going on that.
Nice.
Daichi's invited me along, good friend of the band by all accounts.
Okay, that's good. They're good.
All the money I invested when Daichi was coming through the ranks and I used to take him to gigs is bearing fruit now, 30 years later, which is nice.
What if he gets a job in the meantime?
Oh, God forbid, no. I'll put a letter into potential employees. I'll block that. Don't worry.
Are you both, because you're sort of, you're a man of, you're sort of urbane, sit at the back, just admire the music. Is Dyche a bit more get stuck in?
Not with his back, no.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Back.
He has a little bit of a back issue, the big fella, so I don't think so. It'd be interesting. I mean, I've not been gigging with him since we were on the Rock City floor, being stuck to it, swaying with the movement.
No pogoing because of Dyche's back.
No mosh pit. If Sean Dyche jumped into the crowd, that's quite, you'd be like, you'd be there going, I'll catch whoever it is. That's Sean Dyche.
This could be a new quiz. How many people to catch?
Manager. Oh, good idea.
Yeah.
I reckon a strong 6 you could catch, Dyche.
You reckon?
Yeah.
5?
No,
oh, is it like name that tune?
If you caught him, you do your back. What I would say, people ask me what site would I love to see combining football and music.
Okay, yeah.
And the one thing I want, Brixton Academy, get the picture.
Yeah.
Crowd surfing individual dressed as a goth, Arsene Wenger.
Arsene Wenger as a goth.
You see Wenger as a goth?
No, that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, exactly. How are we going to convince him? How will we? I mean, I think you've got to make the call, Stuart. I'm happy to text him. I don't have his number, but
I might just send him some Cure stuff and some Susie stuff, and he might just get hooked on it, and then we've got him.
You could do some of the Cure's commercial, more, like Close to Me, that kind of stuff.
But
more commercial.
He might change the goth game completely. He'd turn up. He'd have people eating vegetables.
Yeah, I think
he'd say maybe you should wear some brighter colours.
Black eye makeup I'm seeing on him as well, by the way, just to elaborate here.
I did not see it. I did not see the black makeup.
I missed the whole gig.
I missed the whole gig.
I was facing the wrong way.
Put it this way, Stuart. Before they call time on this excellent radio programme, we will, and we don't, I think it'll be 20. We've got another 20 years left on us. We've got so much left to give, Stuart. We will get Arsene Wenger dressed as a goth going to
Cure.
The Cure.
It is Fridays, I'm in love.
Yeah.
Couple of things there. If you do it, brilliant. I'd love to see it. And whatever you do, if we keep talking like this, don't give yourself 20 years. It might be a lot shorter than that.
All right. We've
I've not heard
this
anything yet.
I've lasted this long, Stuart.
You've got you're the power broker.
You seem to be here.
You know what it's like. Some people think they're immune, and
that is true. But there is very much.
And they don't see it coming.
No, you're right. But there is a very much TalkSport vibe that if you turn up. They actually don't even have to turn up on time. If you keep vaguely being around, they can just worry about something else.
Yeah, it's like at the FA. You can walk in, set up an office, and no one actually questions you. It's just frightening.
Have a good game, Stuart.
Take care, gents. Well done.
Stuart Pearce there. Yeah, I'd love talking to Stuart.
Big Sam Allardyce. How many people to catch him? He's
Big
jumping.
Sam.
They're jumping off a stage.
They're jumping off a
higher
stage.
than you.
Right, okay.
How many people to catch? Big
You've
Sam
got to be in
Allardyce.
quite close. It's a sort of trust game. Isn't
Yeah.
it? I'm saying, but it's the way you do
8.
it. In a sort of
I'm going 8. I think 2 on the legs.
Yeah.
How many?
You've got
4
to really
in the middle.
Be strong.
4 in the middle.
You've got to like cushion.
It's got quite a large head as well.
Oh, I've had it measured.
Have you?
Yeah.
Wow.
You've really got to cushion it at the same time if you're catching the Allardyce head.
Yeah. Trained catchers.
Trained catchers. Okay. So the best cricket catchers of all time. John T. Rhodes.
Yeah, they're all in there.
They've got their Joe Root.
Yeah,
they're catching Sam Allardyce. This is going to be great. Anyway, we've got to go. There's always time for time difference. Ian Danton will complain. He's live at Knutsford next. Let's go live to Knutsford Services, for there is always time for time difference. And here is your host, Ian, the Duke of Knutsford, Dancer. Welcome, Dance.
Hey, Dance.
Yes, good morning. There's sometimes time for time difference. There's sometimes time for Ian Dancer to be asked to host time difference. And there's also sometimes time for Ian Dancer to be able to complete time difference without being cut off by the two pilchards at the other end of the line competing in time difference this morning.
Feels a lot.
Max Rushden and Charlie Baker. Good morning to those two.
A very good morning to you.
Jeff Peters in the nerve centre, keeping scoring time.
Go on, Marv.
Good morning, Jeffrey.
A very good morning
Jeffrey,
to you.
Jeffrey Peters.
Back-to-back wins for Max after Charlie had won 5 in a row. Max leads 14-10 this year.
Wow. What a game.
So I will say to Max Rushden, before we get on with it, which hand is my hand sanitizer then?
Left hand.
No, it's in the right hand.
Ooh.
So, Charlie, you get to choose. You want to go first or second?
Yeah, I'll
on
go
time
second,
difference?
please, Dance.
All right, so we'll start with Carabao Cup goals in the week. You've got to guess that. For those that don't know, Max and Charlie got to guess what minute these goals hit the back of the net.
Everybody knows.
If a player is trailing and they get a direct hit, then scores revert to 0-0. Max, Sheffield Wednesday faced Leeds on Tuesday.
Oh.
Game ended in a draw before penalties.
Yeah.
When did Sheffield Wednesday's Max Lowe score their goal?
Ooh.
Well, I obviously know. It was the 31st minute.
What say you, Charlie Baker?
I think it was the second half, but I will stick in there and I will say the 35th minute.
Let's hear it as it went in.
It's a right-footed shot by Thornton. It's saved by the goalkeeper. Low through the legs. It's in. Surely Sheffield Wednesday lead.
Oh, and don't call
They
me
do
Shirley.
lead, but it went in. Charlie should have gone with second half. 63rd minute.
That's what I thought. I thought it was about that.
Charlie,
Max.
you idiot.
Took me down the
Well,
wrong
that's
path.
what you thought and what you said were two completely different things. Jeff, what are the scores?
It's Max 32, Charlie 28.
Great start. Well done, everybody.
Great start. Great show.
Elite level guessing to
Really
start time
was
difference.
very good.
Charlie, back with you. On Wednesday, Manchester United, the embarrassing draw with Grimsby went out on penalties. I want to know at what point in the game did Brian Mbeumo score United's goal that got them back into the game?
Should have been a bit more focused on that this week. I thought it was quite a big result.
I think people have
no one
discussed
seemed to
it.
talk about it. I think it was the 84th minute.
What say you, Max Rushden?
I think it was a bit earlier. 77?
Let's hear it as it went in.
Burma towards the edge of the penalty area, and there's one back. He's
Okay.
first in Manchester United colours.
Jim Proudfoot.
That went in the 75th minute.
Oh.
Very close from Max Rushden,
Very
but he's
good,
back in the game, Jeff Peters.
Yeah, Max 2 minutes out, moves on to 34. Charlie 9 minutes out with his game on 37. Max leads by 3.
Yeah.
Okay, back to goal 3. Still in the Carabao Cup here, Max. Everton played Mansfield on Wednesday at Hill Dickinson Stadium.
The Hilly Dick.
They secured the win with a goal from Beto. What minute?
I think that was late. 80.
It's a
What
cracker,
say
wasn't it? I think
you,
it was a
Charlie
cracker.
Baker?
Yeah, I think you're about right, Max. What was it in it? 3 in it. 83.
Let's hear it as it went in.
It's had a lovely ball. Finds O'Brien.
good
and
comms.
Beto makes the game safe.
Sort of, it was Michael Crawford, wasn't it? Beto. Oh, Beto.
Better, we got a bit of trouble.
Oh, Beto.
The cat's done a whoopsie on the carpet, Beto. It's at the new Hilly Dickinson Stadium.
Dwight McNeil's put in a lovely ball there, Beto.
Anyway, 5-11. Beto scored in the 89th minute. What are the scores, Jeff Peters?
Max 9 minutes out, Charlie 6 minutes out. It is 43 all.
43 all.
All right, so we are back with you, Charlie. Last night, we saw Leicester put in a sporty performance beating Birmingham City 2-0.
Thrashed.
Give me the minute Ricardo Pereira scored his goal.
Oh, was that which goal was that? The first one or the second one?
Well, that's for you to decide, Charlie.
I don't think it normally goes like that. Normally it goes, you say Ricardo Pereira scored to make it, and then that's
It's
normally
4 minutes to 11, Charlie.
It's
Just
not
give me a
guess
minute, for
who
goodness
scored
sake.
when, is it?
It's a guessing game. I'm not giving you.
It was the
golden hour.
86th minute. He shouldn't have been on the pitch.
I can't remember.
What say you,
I
Max
know
Rushden?
there was a goal in the 88 and a goal in the 6th, and I can't remember. I'll say 88.
Let's hear it as it went in.
Ball in for Pereira, and he's won it for Leicester City.
There we are, Jim Proudfoot there.
That went in the 88th minute. Direct hit to
0-0.
Max Rushden. What does that do to the score?
Oh no,
though,
because it's
Jeff?
already a draw.
Well, it was already level,
Yes.
so Max stays on 43, Charlie on 45. Max leads by 2-1 to go.
Oh, not bad though, eh? 45.
Matt says, can you get Dance to hurry up? I've got to go out. Can you hurry up,
I guess
Dance?
this last one. Before Chelsea take on Fulham, the team, let's see if you can remember, Max, when they netted Chelsea their only goal during their defeat in their last match against Fulham, Boxing Day last year. What minute did Cole Palmer score Chelsea's goal?
Ooh.
Tough.
It is tough, isn't it?
Tough.
Because both Fulham goals were really late. Yeah. But he scored. No, I know it, actually. I know exactly. He scored in the 51st minute.
Okay. I think he scored.
What say you, Charlie Baker?
The 47th minute.
Let's hear it as it went in.
Palmer skips away from a couple of challenges, shoots left foot into the bottom
Sounds early, doesn't
corner.
it? Sounds early.
It went in the 16th minute.
Bang.
It's a victory for Charlie Baker.
And the job is done.
Difference, Jeff.
Final scores: Max 78, Charlie 76.
Lovely.
Charlie wins 14-11 to Max this year.
Thanks, everyone. Game Day's next. Bye.